Colin Firth built a career as the embodiment of honor, restraint, and quiet strength. Audiences assumed the calm in his eyes reflected a stable life. But behind the awards and red carpets, a painful story was unfolding. At 65, his real story isn't fading fame. It's about love, betrayal, and rebuilding when life collapses. Born in Hampshire to academic parents, he grew up in a home where intellect mattered more than emotion, leaving a sensitive boy struggling to express himself. Acting became his refuge. Rejected often in drama school, Firth's rare talent, conveying pain without exaggeration, shone through. His breakthrough as Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice made him an icon of restrained masculinity, cemented further by the Bridget Jones films. Off-screen, however, he was accommodating, avoiding conflict, believing devotion meant endurance. Winning an Oscar for The King's Speech, playing vulnerability while hiding his own, highlighted the irony. His career peaked, his marriage appeared stable, yet the foundation was fragile. He met Italian producer Livia Giugioli on Nostromo. She was passionate and outspoken. He was cautious. They married in the late 90s, raising 2 sons together, plus Colin's older son Will from a previous relationship. Between London and Umbria, Livia turned their villa into a hub for sustainable fashion and activism, supported by Colin, who praised her publicly. Together, they projected a grounded, elegant family life, avoiding the typical celebrity glamour. On the surface, Colin and Livia projected seriousness and substance. Behind closed doors, Colin often deferred, quietly supporting decisions and adapting to maintain harmony. Friends described him as someone who gave more than he asked for. Love, for him, was tied to being needed. Years later, Livia revealed that during a private separation, she had an affair with Italian journalist Marco Brancaccia. The revelation exposed a hidden chapter in their marriage. They reconciled publicly, presenting a united front, until stalking allegations surfaced. Livia accused Brancaccia of harassment, and Colin supported her fully. Legal action followed and was eventually settled out of court. Initially, the media framed Colin as a devoted husband protecting his wife. But when details of Livia's affair emerged, the narrative blurred. The relationship had been consensual during their separation, and messages suggested mutual involvement. Colin had defended what he believed to be the truth, but suddenly, his name and credibility were entangled in a complex public story. The humiliation was quiet but corrosive. Infidelity after more than 2 decades carries a unique sting. Not just betrayal, but the collapse of shared history. Headlines dissected timelines, commentators speculated, and the scrutiny lingered. The stalking case was settled, but questions remained, and Colin's carefully cultivated image felt vulnerable. In December, after 22 years of marriage, they announced their separation. The language was measured. They emphasized friendship and co-parenting, avoiding bitterness or public accusations. No tell-all interviews, just dignity, even in grief. Divorce after decades dismantles more than a relationship. It reshapes daily life. Colin had built his adult identity around a partnership that spanned cultures and continents. From London to Umbria, from film premieres to farming projects, public advocacy to private routines. That life had defined him as much as any film role. Now, he faced it alone, navigating legal settlements, property arrangements, and financial divisions. Practical realities of what had once felt permanent. The Umbrian villa that once symbolized shared ideals became an asset to divide. Years of photographs and milestones turned into memories without a shared future. The timing deepened the impact. The divorce finalized during a global pandemic, when lockdowns stripped away distraction and film productions slowed. For the first time in decades, there were no scripts, rehearsals, or press tours to structure his days. Isolation magnified reflection. Friends later revealed he sought therapy, not for publicity or comeback strategies, but to understand how the marriage had unraveled. Questions loomed. Had he ignored warning signs? Had his desire to keep peace overridden instinct? Had devotion blurred into self-erasure? There was no rage, only quiet reckoning. Publicly, he remained composed. Polite interviews, events, and promotions continued. But behind the steadiness was exhaustion. Humiliation often wears restraint, not drama. And while his personal world silently shifted, another challenge was emerging: his place in an industry that rarely waits for anyone to recover. Hollywood offers longevity for leading men, but only so long. After the King's speech, Firth seemed untouchable, a layered, restrained, deeply human performance confirming his formidable talent. But prestige is not permanent. Moving into his 60s, roles for romantic leads now went to actors decades younger. Studio dramas chasing awards increasingly centered on fresh faces. Offers cast him as mentors, fathers, or authority figures. Important roles, but rarely the emotional heart. The Kingsman franchise became a consistent anchor, stylish, commercially successful, allowing him to play a refined spy. Yet these projects entertained rather than defined legacy. Meanwhile, the industry transformed. Streaming platforms replaced traditional studios, social media metrics shaped casting, and younger actors built followings that drove visibility. Colin remained private, almost analog in a digital world. No viral campaigns, no oversharing, no reinvention. He simply worked. But steady work is not the same as commanding cultural dominance. There is no ceremony that marks the passing of a crown in Hollywood. Instead, it happens quietly. A missed shortlist, a role that goes elsewhere, a project greenlit without your name. Financial landscapes shift too. Divorce settlements, cross-border property, and ongoing commitments altered even Colin's comfortable fortune. The era of 8-figure prestige paydays was behind him. Stability now required consistency. That meant taking roles he might once have declined. Empire of Light and Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, reminded audiences he was still present, but nostalgia is not dominance. Aging in Hollywood is quiet displacement. The camera lingers less, press coverage shrinks, and younger actors are framed as the future. Colin's struggles were private, unmarketable, without scandal or dramatic comeback. Just divorce, emotional rebuilding, and subtle career recalibration. During this period, he took on a difficult, sensitive project, portraying Jim Swire in Lockerbie, a father pursuing justice after the Pan Am Flight 103 bombing. Families of victims, including Michelle Kula-Lipkin, found the dramatization painful and re-traumatizing. Colin remained measured, letting producers address criticism while navigating his own personal grief. The irony was stark, an actor enduring private pain portraying relentless pursuit of justice. Years after the divorce, an unusual piece emerged. Livia spoke publicly about maintaining family unity despite new partners, her breast cancer battle, and the closure of her fashion brand. She and Colin attended events together, shared rituals like supporting Arsenal, and preserved a connection with their children. Colin remained private about his personal life, quietly accepting a slower, more reflective pace. Independent films, occasional theater, and a steady presence in his sons' lives. His story is gradual, not explosive.